Sabi nga natin parang medyo overlapping na yung mga pakay, yung mga advocacies ng mga party list groups. Yung sinasabi niyo nga mga NARS, yung NUPA noong pa. No panahon ni Tita Cory ay meron ng urban poor advocacy. Di ho ba ngayon ang dami-dami ng ganung grupo rin naman? Sabihin niyo kayo lang ang pinakamalaki.
Kami ang pinakamalaki. Sa totoo lang, kami talaga ang totoo. Sapagkat we are recognized by the government as urban poor under Executive Order number 82. We are accredited to PCUP. O ibig sabihin, na-accredit kami na talagang kami ang urban poor as defined of Republic Act 7279.
Yung tambay, hindi ba urban poor din kayo?
Kasi, tinan mo, wala naman talagang actually Pilipinong mayaman kung titingnan natin. Sino bang mayaman na Pilipino?
Nakatingin ako sa floor director ko.
Diba? Kasi sa atin mismo walang walang katulong na dayuhan eh. Sige nga, mag-ano nga tayo doon sa...
Teka muna, tatanungin ko lang, yung atambay ba pwedeng kumatawan din sa urban poor?
Well, in general, pwede natin sabing oo, no? Kasi kanya lang, ang aming kasing gustong ipaglaban ay yung uring manggagawa.
So more on the labor,
sector. Though may mga manggagawa, siyempre, na nasasama sa urban poor.
So nag-overlap nga, kahit papaano. At merong babae na urban poor na maaaring naging migrant worker din.
Migrant worker. Kaya lang kasi, alam mo, may maling, gusto ko sana itama ito kasi kanina nabasa ko yung binabanggit mo kanina. Palaging ang binabanggit lang is marginalized sector.
Sige po.
Dapat ito kasi, it should go together. Marginalized and underrepresented sector.
And underrepresented.
In fact, nagkaroon na ako ng case nung araw sa Supreme Court. Na-contempt nga yung mga commissioners ng COMELEC dito. No? Dapat kasi itama rin ito eh. Maraming ina-approve na mga party list. Kaya ako, talagang desidido ako mag-file ng mga disqualification.
Pati kayo, magpapa-file ng disqualification sa iba?
Akong unang-una nag-file ng disqualification sa party list nung araw. Kaya napadisqualify yung MAD. Kagaya ng pinag-uusapan nyo kanina na yung pinopondohan ng government.
Yes.
Kasi yung MAD pinopondohan ng government.
Paano yung ano pa?
Hindi ko pa alam kasi. Pero pag nalaman ko na pinopondohan ng government...
Pero kung pigpupunduhan kami, wala nga maibigay
kaya
ng
pag pinopondohan ng government kasi, hindi tama. Dahil yun yung nasa batas. Ngayon, kung babaguhin natin yung batas, later on na yun. Pero kasi yung nakalagay sa batas, marginalized and underrepresented.
Okay.
Kasi otherwise, kung marginalized lang, the people of Forest Park will ask for a representation.
Bakit?
Because they're marginalized.
Dahil sila'y isang community na mayayaman.
Kaya namin nilagayan nun yung underrepresented sector nung ginawa yung batas na yan.
Sige po. Pag-aralan pa natin ng mas maigi pa yung salitang underrepresented sa pagbabalik po natin. We have to take a short break. Stay with us, Crossroads. We'll be right back.
Wala kasi tayong rules masyadong maganda pa riyan sa party list. The first place, how to identify and certify a party list is still a big question. Ano ang marginalized? So, the more reason that we cannot really pinpoint kung sino dapat na maging nominees.
Talking about the party list groups and the marginalized sectors. Sabi nga ni Omar, dapat idagdag underrepresented sectors that they represent. And we're joined here by the nominees of some of the party lists with very interesting names. We begin with, of course, to my immediate left, Margie Tahon, the first nominee and the president of One Abaa, or Isa Ako Babaeng Astig Aasenso Party List. Tatanungin kita mamaya, bakit kailangan meron pang astig? Si Omar Fajardo, the first nominee of the party list, ang tambay or ang tao muna at bayan, hindi po sila mga tambay sa kanto. Si Mang Nards Pantaleon Morales, the nominee of the ANUPA, Alliance of National Urban Poor Organizations Assembly, na nag-umpisa pala sila na NUPA bago sila naging ANUPA. And joining us now in this segment of Crossroads, Attorney Barry Gutierrez of the UP College of Law, also the legal counsel for the Akbayan party list. The Akbayan is questioning the authenticity of a number of party list groups who have joined this year's elections. Thank you, Barry, for coming here. So, ang interesting kasi with the debate on whether the party list groups that were certified by the COMELEC is wala naman daw screening na ginawa, but they were just certified as having registered with the COMELEC. It's not actually certified that they are indeed authentic or genuine party list groups.
Yes, if you read the list released by the COMELEC and actually used as the basis for printing the ballots, the 187 party list groups which will actually appear on the ballots to be used on May 10, 2010, it's actually just a list of those groups which indicated their intention to participate.
Right.
So COMELEC has announced that they will purge at least 29 groups from this list, and can be more depending on the outcome of various protests that will probably be filed after the final list of nominees comes out.
In fact, COMELEC, through Commissioner Rene Sarmiento, released some guidelines on how they will screen or maybe weed out some of the party list groups. Commissioner Sarmiento had said that these party list groups must have documentary evidence to prove that their groups advance the cause of marginalized sectors. What is the definition of marginalized? I don't know. Party list groups must also prove that their nominees adhere to the advocacies of their group, and they should prove it by submitting what? Speeches, declarations, and articles made by the nominee.
Yeah.
And then the nominee should also be a member of the party list group at least 90 days before the election. So yun lang medyo mga guidelines that they've come up with. I mean, is that sufficient?
Well, it's better than nothing because prior to this particular set of guidelines, COMELEC has not really been that diligent in screening, either party list groups or the nominees themselves.
Sabi nga ni Chairman Melo, sige, malaman ba natin kung sino talagang karapat-dapat na ibotong party list group? It's up to the voter daw.
Yeah.
That they would know in their hearts kung sino dapat daw nilang piliin. So it's a party and emotional choice on the part of the voter.
Well, that's true insofar as the voter can choose between valid party list groups and valid nominees. But we have to understand that under the law, Republic Act 7941, and under the guidelines found under the Constitution, sparse they may be, there are certain other requirements that have to be met before any group can actually participate in the party list elections. And there's a Supreme Court decision, ang Bagong Bayani, which I think was mentioned earlier by Omar, although he didn't name it, which actually laid down very, very specific criteria as to what party list groups can participate under the party list system and what the qualifications of nominees under the party list system should be.
I'm going to ask, of course, our party list nominees. So what do you feel, or how do you feel kapag sinasabi nga nila, there's some people like, one of the constitutional commissioners, di ba? Sinasabi niya na nababoy yung party list system. Dapat ito i-repeal na yung batas that made the party list system in place. Ano po masasabi mo?
Para sa akin, Tony, bato-bato sa langit, tama ay huwag magalit. So that is applicable also only to those party list groups na talagang ganun talagang intention nila. Talagang hindi nila yung intention ng pagiging party list group hindi yun ang kanilang ginagawa, kundi sila ay nagre-represent lang ng isang sa administrasyon para nang sa ganon magawa nila yung gusto nila sa Kongreso. Hindi naman ako tinatamaan kasi sa akin, deep inside, I know na hindi naman ako ganon. So,
pero damay kayo lahat kung mabuwag nga yung party list system.
Ganyan lagi ang sinasabi. If they always say party list in general. But there are good party list groups. Ako, I would
do you think
say
Akbayan is a good party list group?
I think Akbayan is a good party list group.
Do you think
I think Wanaba is a good party list group.
Do you think it's fair for Akbayan to seek?
The other two party list groups here are also good party list groups.
Do you think it's fair for Akbayan or even Atambay to seek the disqualification of other party list groups?
Depende. Maybe they think na if they think that these party list groups are really yung mga bogus na sinasabi natin, siguro everybody has the right naman to file a complaint or
and that's
to
what
protest.
exactly what you're doing too, right, Omar?
Actually, I agree on that premise na sinabi mo na nababoy yung party list. Because it klaro naman doon sa batas tsaka sa Constitution that party list should be sectoral representation of the marginalized and underrepresented sector.
And meron ng specified sa Constitution on the sector.
Ang problema, yung doon naman ako hindi mag-agree doon sa i-repeal yung batas. Baka i-amend siguro. Dapat i-amend. Kasi alam nyo,